All right. So when it comes to bankruptcy, right? There's something we need to know. Bankruptcy is not a one letter solves your problem. There's a few steps that need to happen in the steps to deleting a bankruptcy. And with done correctly, you can get a bankruptcy deleted off your credit in 4 days. So I'm going to walk you through. There's a bankruptcy deletion guide below that you're going to need. It's not one letter that solves this problem. It's a series of letters. So I'm going to explain each one to you. So the first thing you're going to do is, one, you need to either go down to the court that you filed a bankruptcy, or you can write the clerk a letter. And basically what you're doing is you're asking them for information on the consumer reporting agencies. Do you report bankruptcy proceedings to any consumer reporting agency? And basically what they're going to tell you is no, we do not report any information to any consumer reporting agency. Now, what you also need to comprehend is that they have an online forum. It's called PACER, PACER, Public Access to Court Electronic Records, right? And this database right here is where institutions like LexisNexis, LCI, SageStream, this is where they go to go and scrape information regarding consumers' bankruptcies, right? So again, the court does not provide this information, and there's nothing on PACER that says that the information on here is accurate or is certified, right? There's nothing on here to certify that the information is accurate. What do we know about a consumer reporting agency? We know that 15 USC 1681 EB, a consumer reporting agency, right here, whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information. Now, with being on PACER, there's no way to authenticate any maximum possible accuracy because the courts does not report to any of the consumer reporting agency, nor can they say without a shadow of a doubt or get any witnesses from the courthouse to testify that PACER provides accurate information and they are aware of the procedures on how PACER or the courts handle the documentation or the preparation or how the document is stored to prevent any information from being tampered with, okay? So that's the first thing we need to know. The next thing we need to establish is permissible purpose. So 15 USC 1681B, right? And when we go to 15 USC 1681B, it's going to bring us to permissible purpose. And as you can see, it says this. Subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency. So a consumer reporting agency is LexisNexis, SageStream, ARS, Innovis, the whole works, right? Any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other. So this also means that LexisNexis can furnish a consumer report to TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, but there are conditions for this information to be furnished. So number 2 says, in accordance with written instruction right here, in accordance with written instructions from the consumer to whom it relates. So my question to you is this: at what point did you give TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian any information, or not really information, but any written permission to report anything or to procure your consumer report, right? At what point did you give them permission for them to get your consumer report? Remember, from a consumer reporting agency to a consumer reporting agency, written permission must be given from one consumer reporting agency to get your consumer reports from another. So after that, we prove that they don't have any permissible purpose. So this brings us now to 15 USC 1681 Q. And Q is obtaining information under false pretenses. So any person, and the definition of a person also includes a corporation, which also includes LexisNexis, SageStream, ARS, CoreLogix, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, right? So any person, and in this case it would be Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, who knowingly and willfully obtains information on a consumer from a consumer reporting agency. So this is saying that TransUnion getting your consumer reports from another consumer reporting agency under false pretenses shall be fined under Title 18, imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. So we know that they have no permissible purpose. So we know that they knowingly and willfully obtained the information from another consumer reporting agency without a permissible purpose. So what do we do with this information? Well, you want to go back to Google, and then we go to 18 USC, because as you remember, it just spoke about 18 USC. So we're going to go to 18 USC 1028A. And this section has to do with what? Aggravated identity theft. So with aggravated identity theft now, what's the meaning, right? Whoever during and in relation to any felony enumerated in subsection C knowingly transfers, possesses, or uses without lawful authority a means of identification of another person. Well, how did TransUnion know that you had information in bankruptcy? How did they know that you had any particular type or item of information without having an identification of you? And they don't have lawful authority. That constitutes aggravated identity theft. So in addition to aggravated identity theft, we also now move over to the section of the FCRA that speaks on identity theft. So 15 USC 1681 C2. And when we go to 15 USC 1681 C2, you'll see that the information that arose from identity theft must be blocked in 4 days once the required documentations are produced. There's nothing hard about a bankruptcy, guys. Like, it's easy to get a bankruptcy deleted. So the link below, so look below, you're going to see a letter. Well, it's not just a letter, it's a bankruptcy deletion guide. It has several letters in there. Use these letters in the sequence that I just showed you, and you will be able to potentially get your bankruptcies deleted in little to no time. See you, all right?